Hello, 6th graders. Welcome to Big Ideas Math, Contract Math, Section 6.2, 2012 edition, Surface Areas of Prisms lesson. Pause while you write Section 6.2, 2012 edition lesson in your math notebook. Pause again while you write today's lesson objective in your math notebook. Work with a formula for the surface area of a prism. Today we'll be starting on page 258 in your math textbook. At the top of the page is a reminder of what we took in our notes yesterday. The surface area of a rectangular prism is the sum of the areas of the bases and the lateral faces. And the formula for that is 2 times the length times width plus 2 times the length times height plus 2 times the width times height. So if you haven't written that in your notes, you need to write it now. Example 1, finding the surface area of a rectangular prism. Find the surface area of the prism. Draw a net, so the book has done that for us. S equals 2 times length times width plus 2 times length times height plus 2 times width times height. There's our formula. And so we're going to fill in those measurements. So the length is 3, and the width is 5, and the height is 6. So we're going to multiply 2 times 3 times 5, so that's the length times the width, which equals 30. And we're going to multiply 2 times 3 times 6, and that equals 36. And we're going to multiply 2 times 5 times 6, and that equals 60. And then when we add all of that up, we get 126. So the reason there's two of them, remember, is that you have two ends, so those are your two bases, and then you have a left side and a right side for two lateral faces, and a front and a back for two more lateral faces. So the surface area is 126 square inches. You need to remember that you need to put the square inches on the end of your number. Moving on to page 259, another reminder at the top of the page, the key idea, the surface area of a prism is the sum of the area of the bases and the lateral faces. So if you have not written this formula in your notes, go ahead and do that now. And let's look at example 2, finding the surface area of a triangular prism. So this is like the one you did in class yesterday. And the first direction is to draw a net. And so that's drawn for you here. And you need to remember the formula for the area of the base, the triangles, is 1/2 base times height. And the height is actually on the side with the right angle, and the base is over on the side with the 3. So the base and the height are different maybe than what we did in class. And then you need to figure out the areas of each of the small rectangles. So those are the lateral faces. So the green lateral face is 3 times 6, which is 18. And the purple lateral face is 5 times 6, which is 30. And the blue lateral face is 4 times 6, which is 24. And the red base was 1/2 times 3 times 4, which equals 6. So when we add all of that together, there are two bases, so they're identical, so there's 6 plus 6 plus all of those lateral faces, and when you add all of that up, it equals 84. So the surface area is 84 square meters. Don't forget your units and don't forget to square them. Your assignment for this lesson is to complete the On Your Own problems 1 through 4 below. They're also on pages 257 through 258 of your textbook. Show your work and be prepared to share during our next class. For this lesson, I am going to help you out on number 4. I am going to show you that the height is this side and the base is 3 centimeters. And so for when you're figuring out the area of the triangle, you're going to have 1/2 times 3 times 4. That's just for the area of the triangle. And so I'm helping you out on number 4, and I'll also help you out on number 3. The height of that triangle goes from the corner where the right triangle corner marker is, and so that's 5 is the height, and the base is 12. So that's this side right here. So I didn't want you to be confused about those because I think some of our math on the activity might have been incorrect and led you astray. So I want you to be off on the right foot. So when you figure out the triangle for this one, it's 1/2 times 12 times 5. Please remember, to earn credit for viewing this flipped lesson, you must complete your exit slip, come to our next class prepared with the journal pages or other work from the flipped lesson completed, and be prepared with any work that was assigned in the flipped lesson completed. Be prepared with any questions you have for the teacher, and always have a good attitude. We'll see you next time in class.